I made this mistake for many years, all because of one very small habit that almost everyone is doing. That mistake was putting green onions into a plastic bag right after bringing them home. Just a few days later, they become slimy, soft, and start to smell. Such a waste. After trying many different methods, I kept the 3 simplest and most effective ones, and now I use them every day. Since then, I've hardly had to throw away green onions anymore. Give it a try. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. The green onions I just bought are still very fresh and vibrant green. I only changed one old habit, but it helps keep green onions fresh much longer. I don't wash them because any water left on the stalks and leaves increases moisture, and that is exactly what makes them turn slimy and spoil faster in the refrigerator. I simply remove any damaged roots, bruised leaves, or wilted parts because those parts have already started to break down. If left in place, they can spread bacteria and cause the whole bunch to spoil more quickly. After removing the wilted parts, the bunch looks neater and noticeably fresher. Next, I wrap dry paper towels around the base of each bunch to absorb moisture. I usually divide the green onions into small bundles like this, so each time I only need to take out the amount I need. I repeat the same process until all of the green onions are prepared. After wrapping them, I place them in a zip bag, making sure not to pack them too tightly to avoid bruising. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. I use a straw to remove some of the air from the bag, which helps reduce moisture. And that's it. The dry environment inside the sealed bag helps slow down spoilage, keeping the green onions fresh longer and preserving their natural flavor. I store the bag in the refrigerator to maintain steady freshness. With this method, green onions can stay fresh for about 10 to 14 days. This is also the method I use most often. Simple, yet they almost never turn slimy. But if you want to store them even longer and always have some ready to use, then I usually turn to the second method. Green onions often still carry soil, impurities, and even pesticide residue. That's why washing them thoroughly is very important to ensure safety and maintain better quality. I usually add a little baking soda along with a small amount of vinegar to improve the cleaning process and help remove residue. I soak the green onions in this mixture for about 5 to 7 minutes for a deeper clean. Taking this extra step gives me more peace of mind when using them. After that, I rinse the green onions 1 or 2 more times until they are completely clean. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. After washing, I place them in a colander and let them drain completely. Once fully dry, the green onions are less likely to turn slimy, and bacterial growth is reduced, helping them stay fresh longer and making them safer to use. Next, I chop the green onions like this. Doing it this way makes them very convenient whenever I need to use them. I can simply take some out and use them right away, which saves time. After chopping, I put the onions into a food storage container and seal it tightly to prevent odors and preserve freshness. Then I store it in the freezer. This method is very convenient and allows the green onions to last about 2 to 3 months while always being ready to use, without worrying about spoilage. What I like most is that even when taken directly from the freezer, the green onions still keep their fresh green color without turning yellow or dark. I usually use them for soups, eggs, or add them to noodles for extra flavor. Very convenient because there's no need to thaw them. Just take them out and use them immediately. When added to hot dishes, they quickly soften and release their natural aroma, almost no different from fresh green onions. Because of that, I always have green onions ready at home, both convenient and a great way to avoid waste. Finally, I'll share a simple but very convenient tip that I use often. I put the chopped green onions into a glass jar. Now, prepare the pickling liquid. I add 1 cup of clean water, 1 cup of vinegar, a little salt, and a small amount of sugar to a pot. Then, I stir well until everything dissolves. I heat the mixture until it comes to a boil like this, then let it cool completely. Once the liquid has cooled, I pour it into the jar until the green onions are fully submerged. After that, I seal the lid tightly to keep air from getting in. The vinegar creates an acidic environment that helps inhibit spoilage-causing bacteria, which extends the storage time. I simply place the jar in the refrigerator. When pickled properly, the green onions stay crisp and do not turn slimy. This method not only helps preserve green onions longer, but also turns them into a tasty and convenient side dish. You can take them out and use them right away with no extra preparation, especially helpful when you're busy. Another way is to cut it into bite-sized pieces. I usually cut a large amount at once for convenience. Short pieces for stir-frying, and finely chopped pieces to sprinkle on soup or fried eggs. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Next, I spread the onions evenly in a thin layer on parchment paper and put it in the air fryer. Dry at 90 degrees for about 30 minutes. Every 10 minutes, I open the lid and gently stir the onions to ensure they dry evenly and become crispier. When finished, the onions will be lightly crumbled, crunchy, and still retain their beautiful green color. Only then should you take them out. And remember to let them cool completely before storing them, because if the onions are still warm and you cover them, it will create moisture and they will easily get moldy. Once the onions had completely cooled, I put them in a clean, dry glass jar and sealed the lid tightly. With this method of preservation, onions can be used for 4 to 6 months while still remaining fragrant and not spoiling. Having a jar of dried shallots readily available in the kitchen is incredibly convenient. Just sprinkle a few pinches on fried eggs or a bowl of soup, and the dish instantly becomes more fragrant. For me, this is the best way to make the most of cheap onions. Buy them once and use them for months. Since I started using this method, I hardly have to throw away onions anymore. That's it. I've just shared 3 ways to preserve and make the most of green onions, something I used to throw away quite often. From now on, if you accidentally buy too many green onions, try one of these methods. If you've tried them before or have an even better tip, feel free to share it with me. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you again in the next Kitchen Tips video.